Tumeamuka asubuhi tena kuona our very own former attorney general, someone who hold the seat of speaker for 10 years. This guy should be accorded his security. We like it or not, security ya Muturi na security ya Kenya ni haki yake. Na mimi ndio nashangaa sana kuona the guy has been a speaker for the 10 years, and today through the constitution he has been given the two security guards his vehicle. Then seeing him just because he called out some issue, just because he called the power to order, and today he must beg, today he must be a psychopath, today he must go and kneel before someone somewhere so that he can be given the security. No, our constitution must work. Anapiga oye, anapiga tibi, anapiga ya, anapiga ria. Sasa leo ni siku nyingine tumejipata nchi tena inaendelea vyenye inahuzunisha kiasi. Sisi kama Wakenya wenye tulishaguana, sisi kama Wakenya wenye tulipitisha katiba ya nchi, we feel disgraced, we feel let down by the same leaders that we elected. But today we have decided never to keep quiet, and we are going to talk fluently every day from morning, even afternoon to the evening. Because the moment we keep quiet, the moment things will go wrong. And our country is ours. Our country is for the generations to come. We cannot afford to keep quiet. Today, I want to congratulate every member of parliament that has been taking this place to come and be with us as we talk the things that ails our country, as we articulate the issues that our country is going through. It's a dark day for our country. That today we can see a very special, a very important institution of this country, the IBC, that have been waiting, that they have started manipulating the process just to create a lot of lack of integrity in that process. We are doubtful that the process will be free and fair. We are doubtful that there is no other big hand that is behind the process. Tunaogopa kuona at we can't imagine that a process, that someone who was not shortlisted in that process, that is now being interviewed to go in the list of to be a commissioner of such an institution. No, our country cannot go that route. We are a country that have got a progressive constitution, a constitution that stipulates every policy, stipulates every agenda, it stipulates that how our country should be done. And I want to pray that our government must make sure that our constitution is not watered down, because those who anchored that constitution, those who formulated our constitution, were very clear in their mind that we need institutions that are independent, that we need institutions that can stand on their own. We don't want political interference in our institution. IBC is the only institution that gives us leaders, that gives us the presidency, that gives us the House of Parliament, both, that gives us the members of parliament, and they are the people who come to be the decision makers of this country. They are the people who are expecting to come and formulate the policies that will govern this country. Then how comes that we gabble a process that is being mentored, that is being made to bring about our leaders? We cannot go that down. We cannot stoop that low as a country. We are watering down our constitution, and it's very disheartening that we are expecting people of integrity, we are expecting the best characters, the qualified people to feature in our IBC. Yet we are seeing a process that we are doubtful. We are seeing a shambolic process, and it's inaleta huzuni mingi sana kwa nchi. Nataka niseme hivi na ninataka niambie serikali hivi, we will not accept, we will not again bow to intimidation. We will not wait to see people doing exactly opposite of what our constitution is talking about. As a people, as the Bunge la Githurai, hatutakubali. We will call it out, we will raise our voices, na hatutakubali tena kuona hiyo kitu. ikiendelea. Asubuhi ya leo mimi nashangaa sana kwamba as such thing is happening, we are not seeing our parliament. Our parliament is the only institution in this country that is now another executive. Hatuwezi kubali hiyo. We want today to hear our MPs, our senators calling out this thing and saying the way it is and calling it what it is. If this thing is shambolic, this thing is long, this thing is bad, and we are not going to wait. And we are not going to wait and see and hear as things are going on. No, our country cannot be taken to that route. If we elected you, for example here, we elected Kengara, and some of us elected Mwafrika. We elected our senator here, Karugo Dhangwa. We elected Sifuna here in Nairobi. We have elected our governors and our MCAs. We want to hear their speech as in the evening. Hiyo kitu hatutakubaliana nayo. You may ask yourself, if someone was not short-treated, so why do you want him or her to feature in the list that he is not qualified to feature? That you want him or her to go to do the work that he is not competent to do? Or do you want to come a place whereby tutakuwa na another IBC that was the same in 2022, whereby we had people with who are not partisan, people who are not bipartisan, people who are partisan, people who had their political godfathers there, and then we came to have a process on an election that created a lot of lack of integrity. No, we must not go that route again. Sasa leo hii tena lazima niongelee tena, hata kama juzi tuliongelea maneno na kukosa security. Tumeamuka asubuhi tena kuona our very own former attorney general, someone who hold the seat of speaker for 10 years. This guy should be accorded his security. We like it or not, security ya Muturi na security ya Mkenya ni haki yake. Na mimi ndio nashangaa sana kuona the guy has been a speaker for the 10 years, and today through the constitution he has been given the two security guards his vehicle. Then seeing him just because he called out some issue, just because he called the power to order, and today he must beg, today he must be a psychopath, today he must go and kneel before someone somewhere so that he can be given the security. No, our constitution must work. We must call it out. We must make sure that our constitution is working. Muturi should not beg. Muturi should not be made a psychopath, should not be made a stooge. It's what he is qualified for it. It's his right, and he must be given. Even if he talked about something that is not in him. Like a father, I must feel it that Muturi, his only son, was abducted, was put somewhere you don't know, yet he is there attorney general, and someone somewhere was not informing him what's happening. Hatuwezi kubaliana naye. Juzi tuliona ya mshoba pale. So what is this that we are seeing in a country that is coming up every day, there and then, whereby anyone who is calling out the power is being denied his right, her right? Hatuwezi kubali hiyo kitu iendelee, na ndio tunasema na tunaita serikali yetu tena, tunawaambia msikubali hii kitu iendelee. Washeni tuendeleshe nchi yetu kikatiba, washeni tuendeleshe nchi yetu kisheria. It is nothing wrong when someone says this is not happening, because we are not expecting everyone to be happy of whatever you are doing. No, we must accept to have divergent views. We must accept someone has his own freedom of speech, na kila mtu lazima apewe haki yake, kila mtu lazima asikike, kila mtu lazima sasa what was wrong with calling Muturi and addressing whatever he is feeling is not going well. So washa tusikubali nchi yetu iendelee ile njia si mzuri. We will find our country not going to the right way. Lazima tukubaliane hivi. Nchi yetu lazima iendelee. Nchi yetu lazima ifanyike vyenye inafaa. Agaria, we have a former deputy president who is talking things that are even inaleta kushtua moyo kwa Kenya. Hatuwezi kuwa tunasikia ati watu wengine wenye hawana kiti ya kwa yoyote. He is not a public servant, he is not a state officer, someone who can be said to be a co-president. It is something for Kenyans to worry about. It is something for Kenyans to ask question, where are we going on that route? Why don't we give the institutions that have been mandated by this country but by the Kenyans their loan, their power to execute the laws that they have been given. Hatufai kuenda hivi, hatufai kufanya vile, hatufai kusikia ati kwamba someone we are seeing gangs, someone we are seeing goons that look to be organized, that look to be sponsored, disorganizing a church. Why are you stooping that low? Why are we going that route? Yet we can't see the leaders talking about it. Tunaona mtu kama Kimani Ichung'wah, he is calling it out, but he is a Presbyterian. He must ask questions. He must ask, why are we going that route? That route is wrong. That route, if we accept our country to go that route, haki ya Mungu nasema tunaendelea vibaya. Na ndio maana mimi nasema I'm calling out this. Even the church itself. Let me just call out the church. Hatujaona ile church ya Presbyterian ikijitokeza to condemn the thing, sababu it is long. We saw the moderator of the Presbyterian in State House. That means he respects the state. That means he respects them to a point that he is honoring their invite. Why don't you also tell them, simply because I'm respecting you, I want a detailed explanation. I want to know how far investigation is going, yet you have kept quiet. I was imagining, what if it was the Catholic Church that such a thing happened? We could even have seen the president coming out to apologize, coming out to call those who are responsible on to order. But why are we, as the Presbyterian Church, kept quiet, yet the church was imeaibishwa? Watoto wetu, wamama wetu, tunaona risasi inapigwa in a church compound, yet we must call it out. We must expect the leaders of this church, that is the General Assembly. We are expecting to see you coming out boldly and calling out everyone who was responsible for the thing, na kumuita akuje a state. We want an explanation as to why that thing is happening. Because imagine, what if, because Gachagua is a Presbyterian, what if he decides, I will be going to utakuwa naenda kanisa ya Presbyterian? Do you want to tell us that we will be expecting such a thing every day, every Sunday, where he goes, that we will be expecting such a thing? No, the church and the leadership of the Presbyterian fraternity, wherever it is, must come out boldly and condemn the act and ask for explanation and ask for the president, even if it means the president himself, to come out and explain. No, we also want to expect the president to come out and tell Kenyans what was happening and what is not happening, because we know very clearly that the president himself is a product of the church, and we cannot expect to see you mutating to a point that a church is being humiliated, a church can undergo such a thing, yet you have kept quiet. These were the people that you knelt in those altars, you knelt in those pulpits, and they heard to you, and they bought your manifesto, and they elected you. Why are you kept quiet? Why are you not calling things to order? Why are you accepting such things to happen in our country? We must not accept as Kenyans these things to happen. We must not accept Kenyans to give these people chance to do whatever they are doing. No, our country is a country that is being governed by the law. Our country is a country that must not take everything politically, but we must also accept constitutional to take us to the order. Hii nchi lazima iendelee na vyenye inafaa. Hii kitu ingine lazima tuongelee. As we are talking now, this minute, Githurai tumekuja kuona mambo inagovisha. Any day ukiamuka hakuna stima. Sasa tunajiuliza, what kind of leaders did we elect? What kind of people did we give our mandate to govern us? What kind of people that we are expecting that they go to represent us or they oversight? There is nothing we can, there is no more explanation. Ukienda pande za kahawa stima iko. Ukienda pande ya kutoka Thika Road kuenda pande ya 44 stima iko. Ukienda kile watu stima iko. What is this that the Githurai people do not have? Ile token mimi nanunua kama mkazi wa Githurai. Hiyo ndio token inanunuliwa Ruto. Ndio token inanunuliwa Kahoa. Ndio token inanunuliwa pale Clearwater. So what is this wrong that Githurai people did to the Kenya power that they juzi hata walipigiwa wakasema Githurai is not emergency. Githurai is not a slum. We are not people of a fewer God. It's not we are second class citizens. We ni wa Kenya kama wale wengine. We are Kenyans like any other. We demand services. We demand Kenya Power to come out very strong and explain it to us. Otherwise, we are going to do it in another way that you will not be happy. We are calling them out and we will not stop because we are going to organize a demonstration that they will tamper with their services. Na hata kama hawatakuja, wakuja hapa wangoe hivi kiki yao, so tujue hakuna stima. Kwa sababu hakuna venye tunaweza kuwa tunaona watu wengine wako na stima na sisi hatuna stima. Kwani sisi ni nini hatufanyi? We pay taxes like any other Kenyan. Tukinunua stima si kutupea wanatupea. Na hii monopoly ya Kenya Power must be called out. We want other people to come and venture in this thing. Kwa sababu hatuwezi kubaliana kila siku ati hapa sasa wakazi wa Githurai wameanza kujipanga. Kila mtu hata siku it is like normal. It is like anything else. Like it is like wewe hata stima unaendelea kusahau. Wengine wetu ni kama tumeanza kuonea stima ukienda Nairobi ama ukienda kwenu nyumbani Gishaki. What is this that Githurai people do not have? Kwa sababu hata viongozi wetu, you will never see the MP, you will never see the MCA, you will never see the woman, you will never see the senator, even our governor, you will never see him coming here to address and to tell us what is not going wrong, what is going wrong. They are bringing trouble everywhere. Angalia sasa, watu kama wa supermarket pale wanahesabu hasara in the day. You can imagine the magnitude of the loss they are going for a generator to continue running for 24 hours. You can imagine in a digital era, what about the people of the cyber are going through? They are going through hell. What about the other people who are selling in hotels? They are going hell. In clubs, they are going hell. In kinyosis, they are going hell. And yet, someone somewhere is sleeping on the job. And yet, someone somewhere cannot just come out and speak for it. Yet, yeye huyo mtu wa supermarket alishaguana. Sisi wengine wote hata saa ingine sisi hatuna masimu kwa sababu stima ilipotea. Kama jana ilishida, hakuna stima siku yote. Umerara, hakuna stima siku yote. Now we don't have even a simple explanation. We can't see even a single reader going to source for explanation from the Kenya Power. No, our country cannot go that. Na ndio maana mimi nasema kila siku na nitarudia hii leo. We want Githurai to be a constituency by itself. We have what it takes. Even if it is population, we have more people than any other constituency in this country, than so many constituencies in this country. We have people, we have professionals here, we have any manner of businesses. We are paying, by the way, in all of Kiambu County, I think it's only Thika town that pays more taxes than Githurai. I think Githurai is the second. So you even wonder, what is this? What are the parameters of people to be given services? What are the parameters for people to be considered? Electricity now is not a luxury thing. It is a necessity. It is a basic thing for every Kenyan to be guaranteed with. Look, kunanyesha mvua sana. And any time that is raining, Githurai, you can't have any. We don't have passable roads. Even the main one here, inakuwaga ocean. The flood is everywhere. It is a all manner of sewages everywhere, and there is no reader. We don't have drainage system there. So maji yote inatoka Thika, ingine inatoka huko kwa Dio, ingine inatoka huko Shumabiri, huko Bablos, yote inakuja pale Shumabiri, inakuwa kama ni ocean. You must wait for that more than 30 minutes hii maji yote itoke. Na hatuna kiongozi hata mmoja mwenye anajitokeza, mwenye alipewa jukumu na watu wa Githurai kuwa represent akuja aongelee ile kitu. I believe that this one must agree with me that we are going to vet the leaders that we are going to elect the next election. Hautakuja hapa kutuibia tu Ruto must go. Hautakuja hapa ati unatuambia Gachagua sijui nini. All those will be shenanigans. We are going to look people with their capacity. We are going to look people who can represent us, who can oversight, who can talk on our behalf. Hakutakuja hapa ati wewe ati sijui na yet hata wewe ni class 6 nini dropout. Hatutakubaliana na hiyo tena. We must go to value education. We are going to value principles. We are going to value whatever you have in you that it takes for you to represent the people. Otherwise hatuwezi kuwa tunachagua watu wengine kama ile mama tulishagua mama wa kukata keki hapa. Kazi yake ni kuenda wedding na tena akakuja akatusikiza yeye ni mtetezi wa wamama na mtetezi wa boy child. Na siku hizi the only thing he is doing ni lazima umuone state house akiongea Ruto. And I have no problem with Mwananchi going to talk for William Ruto and supporting William Ruto. It is her right. But he must not neglect the role we give her. he must not neglect her responsibility. Her responsibility, one, is talking for us. That is representing the people of Loilo and Kiambu at large. He must go and legislate laws that help the people. He must go and talk about this electricity. He must go there to the parliament and see her oversighting the project that the government is doing here. Otherwise, I'm even worried that the president was the whole of Mount Kenya region, and yet we didn't see him on Loilo. That means they have done nothing, because the president could not come to launch or commission anything. Because for the last 2.5 years from the time we elected them, they have done nothing. They have done zero work, and we are not going to tolerate that one. Otherwise, we are going to give them the 2 years that this remaining. Hatuna kitu la kufanya, lakini hata wasikuje kutuomba kura, lakini hata wasidhubutu kusema hatu wao wanataka kitu wakati mwingine. Even if it means the government, if you cannot hear us, if you will not come and talk about this power that we are talking about, if you are not going to do these drainages, please don't come Githurai any other time to ask for votes. Githurai people are not voting robots. Githurai people are not people of your world. We are Kenyans like any other person. Ni watu wanafaa kutiritiwa na kama Wakenya wengine. Hatuwezi kuwa sisi, mimi sasa hata simu inasahaulika. Watoto siku hizi wanafanya hizo homework hata ya inabidi uende kwa ukasubscribe. What if we don't have electricity? That means mtoto hata homework hatafanya. Sasa tunapeleka nchi yetu jiani. Does it mean that the people of Githurai should not talk for themselves? Should not do for themselves? Tunaomba viongozi wa Kiambu wote, tunawaomba hapa lazima wakuje. Lazima wakuje leo hii wa explain hii kitu. Inaghadhabisha na hatujafurahi sana na viongozi wetu, kwa sababu tumekuwa tukiwaita. Juzi tuliuliza MP ako wapi, tukaambiwa hapana, huyo ni wa Ruto. MCA hata hajulikani alienda wapi. Sasa sisi tunajitokeza na kusema vizuri, either tusahau na nyinyi, tujisaidie kwa mashida yetu, na usiwahi enda mahali useme ati wewe ni MP wa Ruto wa Githurai. Usiende mahali useme ati wewe ni MCA wa hapa. Karugo Bango, we know you have what it takes, please. Even if the power will not visit you, come to Ede hapa kwa Kenya Power. Your voice, your big voice will be heard and Kenya Power will come. Tunaomba ukuje kwa sababu we know you have the capacity. My friend, Karugo Bango, usikae tu huko ukisisahau watu wa Githurai walikusha. Kuja hapa kwa sababu hatutegemei MP, hatutegemei our woman. Huyo mimi hata siwezi mwita. The least I talk about her the best. Karugo Bango, tunakuita hapa Githurai. You must appear. You must come. Kwa sababu uende uongelee hii kitu Senate, na ukuje uende kwa Kenya Power uambie your voice however big, uko na sauti kuja uongelee sisi. Kuja uongelee. And as I finish, we are going to call our leaders to order. Wacha hii matamshi baya tunasikia huko. Kumobilize goons, kusponsor goons, kusponsor militias. Our country cannot accept to go to that. And because tulikuwa hapa Kenya last time that we had a lot of dispute into the year 2007. Everyone must accept that tulianza hivi. Kuanza kurevive criminal gangs, organized militias, tukajipata pale kwa 207. Why do we want to go to that route again? We must not accept. And we are calling us, even the security apparatus, rise up to the occasion. Don't expect these things that will go back unless you act. Sisi muzigo ya kurida wa Kenya, Mkenya lazima aridwe na kila mtu. Si ati ni kitu unampea. Washeni tusikubali nchi yetu irudi pale. Washeni tulide nchi yetu. We cannot accept to go to 2007 route. Hapana, hiyo nayo wa Kenya hatuwezi kubaliana na hiyo. Na tunaomba president, tunaomba the security apparatus, that is Shuba Burukenge and your team, the inspector of general, washeni tuashe kuona ile mambo ya hooliganism, ile ya goonism coming to our country. Why are we talking through that? Why do we want to go back to somewhere that we came from? Mahali tulikaa chini tukasikizana na tukasema tusiwahi rudi pale. Washeni matamshi na matendo ya viongozi isiturudishe pale. Sisi kama Wakenya hatutakubali kurudishwa pale. Na hiyo ndio ninaomba. Na kama Mkenya mwenye anapitia mambo hii, tusikubali kurudia. Tusikubali kurudishwa pale. Na kama sisi tutakubali kurudishwa pale, then our country will go back to dogs. Then our country will fight ourselves back to where we were in 2008. Na sasa kama namaliza, nataka kusikia kama mzee ako hapa ako na jambo la kuongea. Huyu mzee hajawahi kosa kitu la kusema, kwa sababu